World's first and only LGBTQ plus daily evening news show. Tonight, we celebrate the L, baby. The L in the community with a special lesbian takeover. Live TV because some of us have phones in our pockets. So it's lesbian takeover time. It's time to queer up the news. It's 8 p.m. Thursday, June 23rd, 2022, and we are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we're going to tell this evening on Queer News Tonight.
This is the world's first live daily LGBTQ evening news show, literally out of the closet and into the headlines on Queer News Tonight with Al Ferguson.
Thank you for joining Queer News Tonight. This is the world's first and only unedited live LGBTQ plus evening news show. Whatever happens, you will see it. Queer News Tonight is supported by viewers like you. We are a part of the partnership between Happening Out Television Network and Hotspots Magazine. Hotspots is celebrating 36 years of the LGBTQ plus experience. We bring you the best of LGBTQ plus news, entertainment, and support of our community.
That's right. I'm your anchor at Queer News Tonight, FayWhat. Let's welcome anchor DJ Nena, a homegrown Garden State girl and military veteran who was fascinated with MTV. Look at her hat. Is that from the 80s? It probably is from the 80s.
Yes, girl, yes.
Fascinated with MTV and radio at a very early age. DJ Nena's early exposure led her to the entertainment industry. She has been a local DJ and music producer for the LGBTQ plus community of South Florida for over 20 years. Good evening, DJ Nena.
Whoop, whoop. So glad to be here. So glad to be here. And amongst all these fabulous, beautiful ladies.
Hey, let me know what's what is going on with you at Lit Bar. What are you doing over there? I hear that the ladies are hanging out there too.
I am Team Lit Bar in Wilton Manors. We are DJing, well, I am DJing every Friday night, and we are doing a very special event. It's 80s, 90s, and 2000s, all videos all the time.
Wow.
So bringing back the MTV flashback party so that you guys can all relive your youth, because I know we're all around the same age or a little older.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's welcome Cindy Brown.
You alone there.
Let's welcome Cindy Brown. She is an icon in the LGBTQ plus community. She was an early organizer of Miami AIDS Walk, the White Party for Care Resource, and other major events. She has served as the executive director of Miami-Dade Gay and Lesbian Chamber Foundation and LGBTQ Visitor Center. She is the founding executive director of Miami Beach Pride and currently serves as the program manager for Jewish Community Services LGBTQ Lambda Living Program for LGBT seniors. Good evening, Cindy. Welcome to the party.
Good evening, all you wonderful ladies. And I want to remind you, if you don't already know, that the month of June is the Give Out Day campaign. So all over the country, organizations that provide services and programs for the LGBTQIA community are trying to raise funds. Funds are needed everywhere more than ever. So go to giveoutday.org, find your organization. If you don't know who to donate to, Jewish Community Services of South Florida would love a donation. But seriously, please give, because organizations need it. So now let's welcome anchor Chef Josie. She is a Bravo TV top chef and the master of the popular champagne and oyster celebration restaurant Bubbles and Pearls in the heart of the famous Wilton Drive. She's also known by her alter ego, DJ Lady Snack Daddy. Welcome, Snack Daddy, or I mean Chef Josie.
Whoop, whoop. Well, guys, it's time to get this party started, and thank you guys so much for having me tonight.
Hey, Chef Josie, before you continue, you just got an award. Can you tell us about this award that you just got? No, girl, you're so humble. Let me tell you folks, Chef Josie is such an incredible representation. She's got a business here in Wilton Manors. She supports, but she loves, and she loves us passionately. So when somebody gives her the spotlight that she so deserves, I want to show all these people how spectacular you freaking are. Tell us about this award that you got.
Well, so recently I was just awarded a Diversity and Inclusion Award in hospitality, for the culture we're creating at Bubbles and Pearls. And I'm super excited about that because that's like a lifetime in the making.
Nice.
And, you know, it's kind of something that regardless of whatever I've been up to, like diversity and inclusion is like the foundation, a pillar of what I'm about. So that was a really nice acknowledgement.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
you
That's a
rock.
big deal. That's a very big deal.
Boom.
Oh boy! All right.
Go to Bubbles
here
and
we
Pearls.
go.
Look at her. She even got red. She's so humble. Look at her. Hey.
Get red.
But if I tell her to whip out a titty, she won't even have a problem.
Yeah, I'm
with
like,
that. You know
boom,
what I
no problem. Anyways, but hey, listen, guys, let's welcome my friend and anchor, Grace Lopez, who serves on the Miami-Dade County LGBTQ Advisory Board and is the former executive director of the Aqua Foundation for Women. She has served on many boards for organizations whose missions are close to her heart. She was the first Hispanic president of the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation of Miami and Fort Lauderdale, is the founder of Women for Pause and Women Against Borders, as well as the CEO of and founder of the I Manage law firms, where she helps lawyers manage their business. Welcome, Grace.
Where do you find the time to do your hair so pretty if you got so many things that you're going on in?
This is amazing to be here. I don't know, but I use a lot of hairspray for events like this. I hope that there's no wind inside the studio. But, we are the reporters for Queer News Tonight, and in the evening we begin with the queer headlines. The LGBTQ community in South Florida and across America is diverse. Our community across the world is vast, and here are the bullet points of the queer news for today, Thursday, June 23rd.
All right, let's begin by queering up the road to Stonewall. National Park Service opening LGBTQ plus History Visitor Center next to Stonewall Inn. The National Park System has announced they will be opening the very first LGBTQ plus visitor center in their system of parks and monuments. The visitor center will be located right next door to the historic Stonewall Inn and is being sponsored by a who's who of LGBTQ plus performers and allied companies. Founding supporters include Google, JP Morgan, Chase, Amazon, Target, the NFL, Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi, the Wachowski sisters, the New York Yankees, and others.
Wow.
How great is this?
That's
Amazing. That's really amazing.
I mean,
big name.
I
It
used
is our
I used to
history.
hang out at the Stonewall in many nights, so I know that crew. I know those kids. I know the history.
Yeah.
This is such a beautiful, beautiful addition to New York City.
Yeah,
and I am
absolutely.
so excited that we get a space.
And I
It's
think
about time.
also,
About
yeah, and I
time.
think also,
Long
you know,
overdue.
so many young LGBTQIA folks have no idea of our history.
Yep.
yeah.
And places like this and movements such as this are going to help educate.
Completely. We're always saying that the youth don't know like what the trailblazers had to go through back in the
Sure.
day, right? And we're always talking about Stonewall Inn. That, you know, the kids are allowed to go to Pride, but they actually can't go into the Stonewall because it's 21 and over. So
Right.
how cool that they'll have the visitor center next door, and they'll also do like walking tours
Right.
during the day. So people will be able to go in there and really get our history out of this.
This is
Yeah.
fantastic.
You know,
Fantastic.
you know, while
Amazing.
people are trying to erase us from
Yeah.
history, we're still trucking along. We're still like, hey, you're not going to silence us. Yeah, we're going to put up another monument. What?
Yeah.
And
I love
I also think it's really important that we recognize the people who are helping make it happen.
Yeah.
Because those are the corporations where our LGBTQ plus rainbow dollar gets to go.
Yep.
You know?
Right.
Yep.
And when we're like questioning, where do you want to spend money? You spend money who's spending money on our community.
That's
Exactly.
right.
What do you
Good
girls
point.
think? What do you girls think about Ellen and beautiful wifey being a part of this?
I
I think it's
love it.
great.
think
I
it's
mean, I
great.
think that when you have the resources, I think that this is a great way to use them and also leave your own legacy.
Yeah. Yeah, because now that she doesn't have her TV show, you know, she
Exactly.
still gets to be the lesbian that we need her to be.
Yeah.
You know, when you have a platform, when you're a celebrity like Josie is, you've got to, you know, people listen to you, you know, so she can't just only save gorillas and stuff like that. Because I know she does a lot of stuff in the rainforest or something like that, right? So I love this.
Yeah, she's
No, and
definitely
it's
a
cool
brand.
Too. It's cool too because now that she's a private citizen and she doesn't have anyone controlling what she has to say, it's great to see her stepping out and really supporting our community in that way. You know? And putting her name. She's putting her name in the rocks. You know what
I really believe that what happened to her when she came out had a tremendous impact on her.
For sure.
And I think that partly that is pushing her more into philanthropy as well.
And for many years, she couldn't even, she started the Ellen Show and she never even mentioned her wife for the first couple of years. She had to dress a certain way the first couple of years. She had to, the man had to tell her how to be and what to say.
She had to be a palatable lesbian.
Exactly.
That's what it's called? Is that what they want to do, Josie? And you're like, this.
Palatable. Interesting word that you choose.
The good thing about Ellen is that even in the last comedy stand-up show that she recorded was "Are You Relatable?"
Oh, right.
So that was one of my favorites.
Well, I
think
think this is amazing. I think that these corporate America, these brand names, Ellen herself is a huge brand to our community and to the world, not just for us. And for her to be in this, absolutely. I applaud her for that.
Yeah. I worked for the Yankees, so rock on Yankees.
Awesome.
I love the NFL. Love you guys over at Amazon. My wife loves you, and and Target. I'll keep on shopping there. Thank you guys so much.
Right, Target, where you go in for one thing and you come out with $300 and stuff that you didn't know you needed, but you can't live without. That's Target.
Target.
10th hour. Hey, let's go ahead and queer up entertainment. Did Lesbian Kiss doom Lightyear as Disney's woke agenda blamed faux box office failure?
Oh, Lord.
Watch this.
About woke Disney, and I observed. I said, "Look, these lunatics. They want to see Mickey and Pluto going at it," and the press lost their mind. Wow. And then what do? Boom! The next movie they come out, Buzz Lightyear. What do we need? We need lesbian toys. Now, never mind that the last time I checked, most toys are kind of androgynous. They're usually without genitalia unless you're shopping
on the
Ted Cruz is being criticized after blaming lesbian toys on the failure of the Disney Pixar film Lightyear. In a recent episode of his podcast, he complains about toys being androgynous and not having genitalia. The movie has been banned in 14 countries and likely soon China over a same-sex kiss involving a lesbian couple. The characters in the movie are not actually toys, rather the characters in the toys in Toy Story are meant to be based on. Just because Ted Cruz is not getting any does not mean he needs to ruin it for the rest of us.
How the hell does Ted Cruz think that my lesbian toys that are in my top drawer of my night table affected Buzz Lightyear? ¿Cómo carajo pasó eso?
No, but come on, let's be honest. This guy's he's facing jail time, okay?
Yeah.
He's facing jail time. He's scared. He's trying to capitalize on whatever he can to, I think, fund the years that he'll be in prison, okay? But the reality of it, he's such a lunatic. He's oh God, I don't even like to use this word.
Now.
I don't even want to use this word.
Use it.
But honestly, he's a wimp. Okay.
Wasn't he the guy who ran away when something was going on, in his state?
Trump told him that his wife was ugly and that his father was
his ass.
Oh God! And I'm like, dude, you're a wimp, man. You don't even have any
cojones.
You don't have any cojones. You don't have balls hanging behind your legs. I don't even have balls. My balls are bigger than your balls.
They are.
Wow.
They are. So you're telling me that Trump called Ted Cruz's wife ugly?
Yeah.
And he didn't even fight for his wife?
He's been blowing them ever since. Come on.
Yeah. Well, who cares what Ted Cruz thinks?
Yeah.
Is he even relevant right now? Aside from going to jail?
He's irrelevant. But the fact that this movie's being banned all over the world.
That's ridiculous,
because two toys kiss.
And it's a lesbian kiss. Listen, it literally is. It's like a tap kiss. Not that matters. It was two lesbian mothers, like kind of a kiss, like just a hello kind of thing.
It wasn't
like, come on.
I think what bothers me the most is that he's labeling these toys as lesbian toys. Does he even know what lesbian toys look like?
Yeah.
Clearly he doesn't.
What does a lesbian toy look like?
those.
All right, yeah, those toys, right?
Wow.
If you knew lesbians, you would know that we can turn any toy into a lesbian toy.
No, and listen, and surprise, okay, lots of girls kiss, okay, and it doesn't make them lesbians. I kiss my girlfriends all the time, and they're not lesbians. I don't know why we kiss, but we do, and I'm happy for it. But it's a girl thing. Girls kiss each other because it's affection.
Right.
Okay, but even if it wasn't, even if it was just a couple, a lesbian couple with their child, that should be okay.
That's right.
And look, I don't think that Pixar is worried about the money that they're going to lose from Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Okay, I don't think that they're worried about the money they're going to lose from China. I mean, come on.
I know, because who can go to the movies? I'm like, Well, and these countries where it's being controlled by the government. I mean, soon, if we don't watch ourselves, the United States will become just like one of those fascist countries.
You preach it.
Communist, fascist countries.
Let's move on to some more positive news. Let's clear up trans rights.
Oh, yes.
Elliot Page, Umbrella Academy character, is a trans TV game changer. The Umbrella Academy is about a different kind of family. Each member of the family was born on the same day by mothers who became pregnant on that day. Yes, that means they got pregnant and gave birth on the same day. Wow. And each of them has a special power. They're dysfunctional, they fight often, and they nearly ended the world twice.
Sounds like the show.
Right. Well, in season 2, Vanya fell in love with a woman in 1963. In season 3, Vanya is inspired by that woman named Sissy to be true to themselves. After getting a short haircut in episode 2, they introduced themselves as Victor. In a series of moments that should help many people understand how to deal with trans family members who come out, the Umbrella Academy family accepts Victor without any questions asked. Fantastic. That's the kind of story we love.
It gives me chills. And isn't it wonderful how they worked in Elliot Page's transition into the role? I mean, it is just genius.
Smartest writing ever on a Netflix series thus far.
Right.
Well, I'm upset that I'm like late to the party because
get on the bandwagon.
My friend just told me about it last night, and I was like, I don't know if I could get into it. And what I'm really sad is that I didn't even know Elliot Page was in the show, so now it's totally in my queue.
Now you have to watch it. And I love how Cindy read that it would help anybody with someone who's trans in their family, help them understand they're coming out. You know, such a bold statement that was said on the last episode read, you don't even notice the box you're in until someone lets you out of it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Strong comment.
Yep.
Well, guys, let's. I guess it's time to queer up entertainment. Gay conversion camp horror They/Them, starring Kevin Bacon, is here. Watch this.
This is a safe space for everyone. Let's have some fun.
Yikes.
Whoa. Okay.
Yes.
Well, listen, guys, conversion camps are scary, but they've never been as scary as they are in the new horror movie starring Kevin Bacon called They/Them. Queer News Tonight has previously reported on the film, but now the trailer is out and shows us the creepy duality of many of the characters, and not just regarding gender.
Ooh, I don't think there's anything scarier on earth than a conversion camp. I
Right.
mean, so
This is not the "but I'm a cheerleader" conversion camp story.
No, it's
not at
definitely
all.
not look
And
like
how about
that.
Kevin Bacon? What's that
The
game?
6 degrees of-
6 degrees,
6
right?
degrees of Kevin
and
Bacon.
what is the deal of that? Well, it's basically you can mend 2 people together through Kevin Bacon's movies, right?
No, that
We're
you're
six-
6
we're all
degrees
6
away
degrees.
from, like, I know someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows Kevin Bacon.
Who knows Kevin Bacon? All right, and now that pot is even bigger with him doing a movie like this.
I know.
Yeah.
He's wild.
This is crazy.
But-
This is really
I'm not a
wild.
slasher movie fan.
Me neither.
You know what I really like? I like the play on the words. So
They slash them.
them.
Yeah, that is cute.
And what I really like is because I think that in society right now, as they, them is becoming the new norm. I just came back from Canada where they introduced themselves and included their pronouns and then asked you
Wow.
and then asked you what your preferred pronouns were. And I think that this is a really a very interesting approach to the fear around they, them, non-binary, not understanding how to approach it, to speak about it, to understand it. And I think it's very smart, actually.
Yeah, and bringing it out to mainstream. There's going to be a whole ton of people that maybe have never heard of they, them, and will have to, forced to understand it because it's a cool film, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it.
I look forward to watching.
I can't watch scary movies because I can't
It
sleep.
has to be like before 8 o'clock.
Like the sun has to still be
I
up.
need 4 hours before I go to sleep.
Oh, I
watching
can watch
this movie.
slasher
I
films
can't.
through the night.
I won't be able to
Really?
Yeah, I'm like twisted like that.
Girl, I can't even watch Dateline too late at night.
Oh.
Well, I mean, they're coming to get me, baby. They're coming to get me.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, Queer Up Lesbian Culture, celebrating pride with some of our favorite lesbian movies. Queer cinema is frequently artistic, impactful, and thought-provoking. Tonight, we don't care about any of that. The production team of Queer News Tonight wanted to share some of our favorite fun movies featuring lesbian themes. First is Bound,
Yeah. Ooh.
the movie that I've been criticized that I have not seen.
What?
You see all the
Give me
comments
back
down
your
below.
card. Give me back your
You
card.
see all the comments down below on YouTube going, what?
The-
Gay? Did Grace Lopez not watch that movie?
My
What? Your
mother-
own wife right
Pull
now
it
just
together,
commented,
Grace.
what?
My mother had me raised in a plastic
In a
bubble.
cult?
Yeah, in a cult. Like the boy in the plastic bubble, whatever.
Is it like the
John
Latino
Travolta.
cult?
It was yes,
Yeah.
definitely a Cuban, Latino. I don't know what it was. I wasn't allowed to watch any of these because this was like really bad. But yes,
It was really bad.
After
baby.
listening of all the heat and how exciting, yes, I will watch it after this. I promise. The Heist movie was the first movie by Wachowski siblings and features Gina Gershon,
Yeah.
Jennifer Tilly
Say it slow.
as lesbian lovers. This movie has action, suspense, and one of the steamiest sex scenes in mainstream movies.
Okay,
See, all these lesbians are going crazy.
before you go on to the next one, before you go on to the next one, I still can't believe that you haven't watched that movie. But let's talk about Bound. I mean, Bound came out, God, over 25
80s.
years ago, right?
Yeah.
Like, I remember seeing it after it came out and going, wow, I'm gay.
Wow.
Like, I'm really
Well,
gay.
I already
Like,
knew I was gay
like,
when I
well,
watched it.
okay, like most lesbians, if I may say,
please.
you may have seen a movie related to being a lesbian, liking girls. I knew I liked girls since I was 8 years old, so I don't have to watch a movie to know I like girls. I've
Yeah,
always
but
liked
you-
girls.
you-
Nevertheless,
Bound
I
needs
would
to
have
be in
loved
your
to have seen a
queue.
hot
Yeah.
lesbian
listen,
movie like
Gina
that.
Bound
Gershon.
is essential.
You
Essential
can.
lesbian movie.
Very
You do
eloquently
it.
put.
Okay.
Gina Gershon has these lips that make Angelina Jolie's lips look small.
Oh
Okay,
my
like
gosh.
she could fix anything. Like I want to go to IKEA and tell her to build me a bunch of shelves
With her lips.
with whatever she wants. Like with whatever she wants.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, and Jennifer Tilly. Oh, they just have a watch the movie. It's
Great
I'd be
chemistry.
totally
I certainly
switching
will.
for Gina.
Absolutely. So next is the cult classic, But I'm a Cheerleader. It's campy. It's funny. It features RuPaul's running a conversion camp where one cheerleader who gets sent there finally realizes She's a lesbian. Go figure. Get sent to camp, and you.
Did you guys see that one?
I've never seen that.
I saw it.
That's a good one. And that's the woman from Orange Is the New Black, right?
Yeah, and not as sexy.
And
not as sexy as found. It's
Yikes.
super campy.
Yeah, it's very
Again,
campy.
essential lesbian.
I have seen that
like,
one.
fun.
I have
Yeah.
seen that one. I
You
do
did?
watch lesbian films. I have seen that one. Yes.
And you know, it's true. Cheerleaders can be lesbians because,
Of course.
believe it or not,
My wife used to be a
I
cheerleader.
was a cheerleader.
Whoa!
Can you totally see Cindy at the top of a pyramid, right? Being
my
like
God.
flipped upside down and caught at the bottom?
So yes,
I
I
was a
certainly
cheerleader.
did.
Cheerleader. I was in
you know
marching
what?
band, but of course I was.
Oh, maybe the next lesbian.
I used to beat up
takeover,
cheerleaders
I'll
and
bring a
sleep with them.
picture.
I
of
was
my
the athlete.
cheerleader.
I was the athlete. I was who you guys were cheering for.
Yeah. What's the
Okay.
last movie, Grace?
So another great film is Debs. In this film, that's part James Bond, part Charlie's Angels, and part Kim Possible. A group of teenage girls enrolled in a secret military training facility face off against an international villain named Lucy Diamond until one of the Debs falls in love with her. What other fun movies with lesbian themes do you love? Please text us on Facebook, put your comments. We want to know. We need all these lesbian films that apparently I haven't seen. So help me out. Or do you have any that are guilty pleasures? Let us know in the comments on Facebook and YouTube.
Do you girls remember the movie Imagine Me and You?
Yes.
Oh my God, it was so cute where one was like a flower person and she was like giving the flowers for somebody's wedding, but then her and the girl fall in love and
Yes.
at the end they
no
end up
drama.
together. I ruined it for you people, but you got to go see it.
And I love the music
There's a
too.
lot. I mean, there's a lot of lesbian films. Of course, the one where we were all screaming "Kiss her, kiss her," Desert Hearts. You know, why
Oh,
do
yes.
they wait and
One of the classics.
I think
before
that
they
was,
finally?
Was that in black and white, Cindy? I don't know what the hell you're
I
talking
know.
about.
That was-
two movies that I
that
feel
was in
so
color.
out of the loop.
That was
Desert
color.
Hearts is,
Yeah,
I
it
think
wasn't
the-
color.
No, Desert Hearts.
wasn't color.
I did hear about Desert Hearts, but I mean, as twisted as it is, it's like about the Charlize Theron was the
Monster.
monster.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
what about that? I mean, that was a little kind
Yes,
of
and
a-
look, and to make
Crazy
Charlize
lesbian
Theron
role,
and
yeah.
to make Charlize Theron look less beautiful had
Yeah.
to be so difficult, and it was spot on. It looked just like the Eileen woman that was the serial killer.
Eileen.
It really did.
The first lesbian movie I ever saw, and I've tried to find it again, it was called Richard's Things. And this guy, Richard, died. And when he died, his wife found out he'd been having an affair with this woman. And the two women meet and they fall in love. And so that was.
So
that
they
was
become
Richard's
Richard's
Thing
Things.
had a thing.
exactly. Richard's Things had their own thing.
Nice.
I love
But
that.
that was
Okay.
There's
like
one of those teeny bopper
that
movies
might have
too,
been in black
that
and white.
came out in I think it was
I
like
don't
the,
remember
the
that one.
end of the 80s or the 90s, and it was like with all the little female kind of like heartthrobs, and it was about like a psycho
Surf?
girl.
Oh no.
She was a little psycho, and she like, I don't know. She
There's always a psycho lesbian.
She like seemed to manipulate everyone into like falling
I didn't
in
know
love
my
with
ex-girlfriend
her.
had a movie. Wow.
Psycho.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Well, if there's
You're
any
like, I
other,
lived it.
Seriously, I did. But it's just lesbians that are psycho are hot, and they really know how to
Yeah,
have
the
sex.
crazy
So it's
ones have
really
really,
difficult not
really
to.
good
Don't look at me that way. You know it's true,
Oh,
Josie.
true. The
Okay,
crazy-
just because you found and married yours doesn't mean it always works out that way.
Yep.
One of the best first movies that I got to see was The Incredible True Adventures of Two Girls in Love.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
was
that was
great.
cute.
And it was so
Yeah.
sweet
That was
because
cute.
Laurel Holloman looked like a little boy. I don't know why, you know, but you see her in the L Word and you fall in
there
love
it
with
is
her
on the
all
screen.
over again. Hey, there you
Oh,
are.
yeah, that's a great
And I actually,
one.
you're going to laugh, I actually bought this DVD off of eBay about 7 months ago.
What's
and
that?
I rewatched
DVD.
it.
How do you watch that? Where do you put that?
I have a PlayStation 4, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, yes, I still play with it. But they actually had all the commentary during the film explaining who was who, where they filmed, all the good stuff, how cheaply they made
Oh,
this
that
movie
sounds
for.
fun.
But it was pretty dope. If you have a chance, check it out. It's
So
kinda
folks
nice.
at home, if there's any other movies that you like, lesbian films, put them in the comment section. Maybe we missed one, or maybe there's a guilty pleasure of yours that we overlooked. Make sure that you put it in the comment section.
Exactly.
All right. So next we report on our partnership with Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale. We are broadcasting from our permanent set here at Sunshine in supporting that partnership. Happening Out Television Network broadcasts the largest LGBTQ+ religious live broadcast in the world, as more than 30,000 watch every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Watch this.
I'm Oliver Echevarria, and Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
Aw, we finished tonight's queer news headlines with what we call LGBTQ+ flash news.
LGBTQ+ flash news. The inspiration for a new A League of Their Own show comes out at 95. In August, Amazon is releasing a new series about the All-American Girls Baseball League. The league showcased in the movie A League of Their Own. The show is set to follow many of the real women from the league. One of those women was Maybelle all the way May Blair. At a recent panel at the Tribeca Film Festival, Blair, who is now 95 and my new Shiro, came out of the closet. Watch this.
I think it's a great opportunity for these young girl ball players to come realize that they're not alone and you don't have to hide. I hid for 75, 85 years, and this is actually basically the first time I've ever come out.
Say that this movie's like that.
Wow. I can't wait to watch the series and just wow.
We were just talking about lesbian movies just like that. And I can tell I used to be a fan of hers. Now I'm a greater fan. And this just goes to show that 95.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right?
So
You're never
what?
too old to come out.
Never.
I hope she had a lesbian lover all these years.
Well,
I'm sure.
you know, this is going to be great for the women who are aging gracefully. This is a real celebration of their lives and what can be accomplished in in a lifetime. And it just makes my heart really warm right now.
And who gets to walk around and say Madonna played me in a movie?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Coño, Madonna played you in a movie, girl. Like, how incredible is that?
What? I know.
Well, I say kudos to Amazon. Only Amazon would be capable of putting this out as quickly as they are moving forward with that process. So yes, Amazon, love you. Thank you for that. LGBTQ+ flash news. Lesbian couple fear they are half-sisters after shocking news from their mothers. A Canadian, oof, boy, my goodness. A Canadian, I am tongue-twisted here. You're going to have to bear with me. A Canadian lesbian couple who have been dating for 2 years recently learned that both of their mothers dated the same man. The couple, Carly Gunshore and Mercedes Stewart, have popular YouTube and TikTok channels. This week, they posted a video of themselves taking a DNA test and sending it out to find out if they are actually related. They have said they plan on staying together, even if it turns out they are half-sisters. Ay, Dios mío. No! No puedo!
They do seem to have the same nose, but for their sake, I hope they're not related.
What are the chances, and how many other stories like this are there?
Well, this takes the story of all lesbians have slept together to another level.
Right?
Okay.
And you know that they say that like once you're with a girl for a long time, you start looking like each other, right? So
is that what happened?
I don't know. I mean, I just saw this documentary. It's kind of along the same lines. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's called Our Father. It's about the Indiana doctor that had artificially inseminated over 95 people with his own sperm. So in this town in Indianapolis, there's like 95 plus people that are related. So you could have dated your own half sister or half brother.
That's nasty.
That's nasty.
Right. I mean, but is it? Because that's what like sperm banks are. So I don't know.
Yeah, but the man donated his sperm to be implanted in their wife or partner, and this doctor takes it upon himself to
put his own in there. And he's got like immune issues, so like now all these kids have all this stuff, and it's like, are you kidding? And like this couple thought that they had dated each other. Anyway, watch the series.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's the provider, but we're not talking about insurance.
Putting it in my queue as we speak. So next, LGBTQ plus flash news. Sesame Street says LGBTQ rights with progress pride flag lesson. Sesame Street is all about education and community. Even then, it was a surprise to many this week when the Twitter page for the show posted a lesson on the pride flag. The tweet read, quote, R is for rainbow. Rainbow flags have been waving in honor of the LGBTQIA plus community since 1978. These symbols continue to evolve and take new forms, like the 2018 Progress Pride flag by Daniel Quasar. Together, let's learn what each of these colors represent. The tweet also contained a series of photos explaining with the different colors and the Progress Pride what the Progress Pride flag meant. Oh yeah, that's me. So I did a very similar post in my social media, and I just love because even in our own community, LGBTQAI plus, and everybody is getting lost in the alphabet. And we make jokes, and it's not a joke. There's a reason why those letters are there. They represent a member of our community who needed a voice and needed to be seen and heard. And in order for us to understand each other so that others can understand us, we need to understand what that alphabet stands for. And so thank you very much, Sesame Street.
Yeah, kudos to Sesame Street. And we just did a story on a woman of 95 years old to come out. When is Bert and Ernie going to come out? You guys are like 403 at this
point. Well, I love Sesame Street. I always have since I was a kid, and I'm not at all surprised that they are continuing the progress of teaching. And that is really very impressive.
Yes, I'm so happy about that.
I think it's fantastic. And if young children learn about acceptance and diversity at a young age, then they'll grow up to be our allies and educated and respectful and
Listen, I just had my niece and nephew the other day, and I had to explain to them that a friend of mine was they, them pronouns. I explained that once it was over. There wasn't even a thing. It wasn't like, why, Faye? Why, Titi Faye? I don't understand. It was like, oh, okay. And they just kept on playing.
Right.
It's like the rest of us that make it malicious and messed up.
But it's also the way that you communicate, right? So I think Sesame Street has a really good chance in educating these kids into who we really are.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that is today's news for the LGBTQ plus community on the world's first and only daily LGBTQ plus evening news show. Is our community important to you?
Then help us by liking and subscribing. Ring the bell for updates and share this news with your friends and family.
Post this broadcast in the many groups you are a member of. Tonight's stories about our community deserve the attention of your family and friends.
Queer News Tonight is the only live LGBTQ plus digital television show in the world that is out of the closet and into the headlines. We need your support.
If our community is to grow, we must tell our stories and bring them to the attention of the broader world. This is the only place in the world that tells these LGBTQ plus stories in motion and sound. That is the passion of Happening Out Television Network and Queer News Tonight. I'm your anchor, FayWhat, and thank you for being here for the Lesbian Takeover. Gay boys, if you don't have your own lesbian, What you waiting for? Get your own. On behalf of these incredible elves, babies, the anchors of Queer News Tonight, including my girl, Chef Josie, DJ Nena, Cindy Brown, and Grace Lopez. We will see you daily at 8 p.m. Good night.
Good night.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the